All right, guys, what's going on? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And I'm just going to let you guys know right now that this video is not going to be about XDefiant whatsoever. This is about something actually completely different. So for those of you guys that are only here for XDefiant and are only interested in XDefiant, I apologize, but this video is not for you unless you're interested in listening to what I have to say. Of course, everybody's welcome to stay, but I know that a lot of you are here only for the XDefiant or the multiplayer shooter or whatnot. But with all due respect to you guys, this video is not just for those people that are interested in just that. Now, with that being said, I kind of am making a small request for those of you guys that have time to do so, and that is not to go over to my second channel and to subscribe or anything like that. No. I'm simply asking for feedback on something that I'm really curious about, because in some ways I have ideas and in other ways I'm drawing a blank. So what am I getting at? So months ago, I put up my second channel, and I actually have a couple of videos up there that I worked my ass off over the course of multiple days to edit certain videos. They're actually retrospective videos. And I'm proud of both of them, but I'm particularly proud of the Donkey Kong one, even though it's certainly not perfect, but they're not the kind of videos that I've ever made before. So I just kind of use a little bit of my imagination, as well as a few bits and pieces that I've taken from watching other retrospective videos that I've enjoyed. But ultimately, at the end of the day, the question that you guys might have is, why have you made a second channel, and why did you make those kind of videos? Are you planning on abandoning this channel or something like that? The answer to that is no. I don't plan on abandoning the second channel, but one of the reasons why the channel was created in the first place was because I can't be posting videos about other topics, even if it's within gaming. I can't do that on a consistent basis on here because of the way the algorithm works, and also because of why you guys are here, right? You guys are not here to see, the majority of you guys anyway, are not here to see myself talking about a multitude of other types of games, like single player games or something like that in the gaming stratosphere. You guys are here for specifically XDefiant, maybe Call of Duty here and there, or any other type of multiplayer shooter, or anything regarding those subjects within that spectrum. And on top of that, YouTube just doesn't work that way. Unless you already have a really big channel, which I certainly do not. You can't really be a multi type of content creator, so to speak. You really have to have a really big establishment in that era before even doing that. So it makes all the sense in the world to make a second channel, which is why I did that. And the reason also why I did that is because over the last year, I have been falling in love with single player games again. I really have. I'm 39 years old, and I started playing games when I was 7. So my gaming experience and for the love of gaming started years before multiplayer games were even a thing. Yes, there was co-op or versus in fighting games, or even in single player games and stuff like that. There was the couch co-op experience, stuff like that. Sure, I get it. But again, those wouldn't really classify as multiplayer games, at least in my eyes, right? And even though I did play a lot of fighting games back in the day, the majority of my experience over the years has been the single player game experience. Even for those games that had the option of multiplayer, I still spent a ton of time playing single player games. Before I started becoming addicted to multiplayer games, which Call of Duty did to me with Black Ops 1 and beyond, or should I even say Black Ops 2 and beyond, probably, I was always playing games, like every game that I would get, even if it had multiplayer in it, single player would be the way that I would go first. And at the same time, I was always that single player guy. It all started with the Atari 2600, and then obviously with the NES, and then it just grew from there. I actually have owned every single Sega console that has ever been made, believe it or not, over my years of gaming. I've owned multiple Nintendo consoles. I've owned, obviously the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 4, Xbox, obviously. So there's a lot of single player game experiences that I've had that are the root of my love of gaming. So my love of gaming did not originate from multiplayer shooters. It came from single player games. And over the last year or so specifically, and it started with, I'm pretty sure it started with Hi-Fi Rush. And then obviously I got back into playing games that I played when I was younger, and it brought me back. And at the same time, I also realized that there were a lot of games over the last decade or so, because of my dedication to multiplayer shooters, mainly Call of Duty. I realized that there are so many other gaming experiences out there that I missed in the course of a decade, right? So in a sense, it's almost like I wasn't gaming for a decade. It was like something else, even though I was gaming. There would be a few single player games like the Arkham Asylum series or the God of Wars, for instance. But other than that, it was mainly multiplayer shooters, mainly Call of Duty. There was hardly any single player games played. But yet over the last year or so, since I've been really getting back into playing single player games again, my love for those games have been reignited. It's the combination of nostalgia, the feeling of beating a game again, getting those achievements, completing a game to 100%, finding all the nooks and crannies in a game, challenging yourself by playing them in the most difficult experiences. Like, you guys want to know what you guys want to know the most impressive thing I've ever seen any gamer do? While we're on this subject here, you guys want to know what the most impressive thing I've ever seen any gamer do on anything I've ever seen is, for those of you guys that remember Ninja Gaiden 2, not Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, but Ninja Gaiden Vanilla, Ninja Gaiden Vanilla 2, right? That released on the Xbox 360, right? There's one guy, and he did it on stream, and it's on YouTube. And my jaw dropped when I saw it. I mean, I didn't see the entirety of it, but I saw a good amount of it. I even fell asleep watching it because I was just keeping my eyes open until I couldn't anymore. So there's this one guy that played Ninja Gaiden 2 on the hardest difficulty of Master Ninja and didn't take a single hit. I'm not talking about not dying. I'm talking about not taking a hit. We're talking not even chip damage here. Like, his health was at 100% the entire time, and he looked badass doing it. That is easily one of the biggest accomplishments that anybody could achieve in gaming. And I remember when I saw that, I was like, wow, or whenever you watch speedrunners complete a game like Mario 64 in like 90 minutes or whatever the record is, like, you're just like, holy shit, man. And you start to realize and appreciate, like, wow, it's like you thought you were good when you were younger playing, and it's like, yeah, I can't hold a candle to these guys. But at the same time, as I grew up playing games, this was who I was. I was interested in doing stuff like that. I was interested in beating games that were really hard to beat. I was interested in getting the new game, right? Experiencing the new game, or being introduced to a new game that I never thought I would like or didn't even know existed. And then once I did, I fell in love with it right away. A pure example being Donkey Kong Country for the SNES, which is one of the reasons why I made that retrospective video of it. And I'll always be proud of that video. It won't be the best or highest quality retrospective video you've ever seen. However, I can say that even with its imperfections, I am very proud of that video that I made. So with that being said, any single player experience that I have been having, I want to have a second channel dedicated to that. But the question is, like, obviously when it comes to streaming, I could stream all that stuff over there. But the question is, like, what kind of content can I make that would just last, let's say anywhere from 8 to 15 minutes of video time when it comes to games? Like, can I have like a game of the week where I just do that? I mean, what do I do? It's like I have an idea of what I want to do. I know I enjoy single player games and having multiple different experiences, but it's like I'm kind of drawing a blank. It's like I have a vision, but it's not a clear vision. I can't do like retrospective videos. I can tell you, with my schedule and with everything going on in my personal life, I can tell you that it would be very difficult for me to have one of those videos out in a week because of the amount of editing and everything that goes into it. I would probably be able to do one every month comfortably at best. But again, that takes a long time, a lot of editing. So I want something that that is able to give me consistency, because consistency is everything. So it's all about finding your pacing, right? It's kind of like when you're going for a jog, you got to find your own pacing and be able to stay steady. Same thing with the diet. It's the exact same thing with this. So basically what I'm asking you guys is, especially for those of you guys that have stuck around this long, I want to say thank you, first of all. But it's like, first of all, if you'd be kind enough to check out either one of the videos or second channel or whatnot, just to see what you think of like what my best editing has ever been. But also like just to give me ideas of like, for instance, what games do you like to watch or what you would like to see from me? What do you think would be a good fit for me? Because I do know that there are a lot of you guys that have been here for a long time, and there's also you guys that have been here for a short time. But at the end of the day, you guys have a certain expectation or kind of vision in terms of what you might see me doing that I might not see. And I could really use some feedback here. That is my humble request. If you'd give me like some little feedback, that'd be great. But at the end of the day, my love for single player games has never really left. It's just kind of been hidden under a really big pile of snow, I guess. And now the snow has been shoveled, and it's absolutely a wonderful feeling to get in there and just to play for, you know, a few hours out of the day every night of a single player game and get closer to beating it, unlocking almost everything there is to unlock, getting those achievements and stuff. And here's another thing, guys. I've been an Xbox Gold member since the beginning of 2004. And my achievements on the Justice account is only like 17,000 something. My original account was an old one, so I don't, you know, I haven't messed with that anymore. I don't even remember what it is. I don't remember the password and all that. But my achievement count needs to be much higher than that. And my games played need to be much higher than that. So it's like, I got some catching up to do, man. But with that being said, I'd really like some feedback. And again, I am not an Xbox fanboy. I'm not a PlayStation fanboy. I'm not a Nintendo fanboy. I'm a gaming fanboy. I will play anything that I'm interested in playing and what I feel like playing. And hence, again, another reason yet to make another channel. So whether you look at it from a YouTube perspective or whether you look at it from a personal perspective, it just made all the sense in the world. So I just kind of wanted to make this video and to give you guys and to basically, excuse me, you know, ask for some feedback. That would be greatly appreciated. So this video is probably longer than it was intended to be, so I apologize about that. But for those of you guys that stuck around, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. To say that I appreciate it is an understatement. So with that being said, I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to watch and or listen. I will leave the links to my second channel down in the description below. And if you guys want to check out one of the two videos that I made, I recommend the Donkey Kong one more than anything, because like that one just holds a special place in my heart. They both do, but Donkey Kong was, yeah. But anyway, but yeah, but please let me know down in the comment section what you guys think and what you would like to see and what you guys, you know, what you would see me doing. And I thank you very much. And hopefully we'll get some news for XDefiant coming out soon, because I enjoy making those videos as well. And again, it's all about mixing things up. I like my multiplayer games as well as my single player games. But at the same time, I can't ignore my origins either of where I came from and my love of gaming. So anyway, thanks again, guys, for taking the time. And I hope to hear back from you. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.